In the midst of life's busyness and complexity, there exists an invitation to pause, breathe, and rediscover the profound simplicity at the heart of existence. This invitation comes from the teachings of Zen Buddhism, a timeless philosophy that offers not just a way of thinking but a way of being. Through principles like mindfulness, impermanence, and acceptance, Zen encourages us to let go of the unnecessary and embrace the present moment fully, creating space for joy, balance, and authenticity. One of the foundational teachings of Zen is the concept of impermanence. It's a truth that resonates in every aspect of life. Nothing remains the same forever. The seasons change, the petals of a flower fall, and even our emotions and thoughts shift from moment to moment. While this may seem like a cause for sadness or anxiety, Zen invites us to see impermanence as a source of freedom. By acknowledging that all things are transient, we can let go of clinging to what we wish to keep and resisting what we fear to lose. Consider a simple yet profound example: the fleeting beauty of a sunset. When we watch the sky change colors, we know that this moment will not last. Rather than trying to hold on to it, we savor its beauty all the more because we understand its impermanence. Similarly, in our relationships, recognizing that every interaction is unique can help us appreciate our loved ones more deeply. Instead of taking moments for granted, we cherish them for the gifts they are, knowing that life is ever-changing. Impermanence also teaches us resilience in the face of challenges. When we encounter loss, disappointment, or hardship, the understanding that this too shall pass provides comfort. It reminds us that no state, whether joyful or painful, is permanent. This perspective allows us to navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease, knowing that every ending holds the potential for a new beginning. For instance, someone recovering from a personal setback might find solace in the knowledge that their current struggles are part of a larger journey, one that will inevitably lead to growth and renewal. Mindfulness, another cornerstone of Zen practice, offers a way to engage fully with the present moment. It's the practice of bringing our attention to what is happening right now, without judgment or distraction. In a world filled with constant noise and demands, mindfulness acts as an anchor, grounding us in the here and now. This presence transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary experiences. Imagine walking through a park and truly noticing the rustle of leaves, the warmth of the sun, and the rhythm of your breath. These simple observations, when approached with mindfulness, become a source of deep peace and connection. The benefits of mindfulness extend far beyond personal well-being. By being fully present, we become more attuned to the needs of those around us. For example, in a conversation, mindfulness helps us listen deeply, not just to the words being spoken, but to the emotions and intentions behind them. This attentive presence strengthens our relationships, fostering trust and understanding. It also helps us respond to challenges with clarity and calm rather than reacting impulsively. Practicing mindfulness doesn't require grand gestures or significant changes to our routines. It can be as simple as taking a few conscious breaths before starting a task or pausing to appreciate the flavors of a meal. Over time, these small acts of attention accumulate, creating a ripple effect that enhances every aspect of our lives. Consider someone stuck in traffic who chooses to focus on their breathing rather than their frustration. This mindful choice transforms an otherwise stressful situation into an opportunity for calm and reflection. Letting go is another essential teaching in Zen, one that aligns closely with the principles of impermanence and mindfulness. At its core, letting go means releasing our attachments to outcomes, possessions, and even identities. These attachments often create a sense of burden as we try to control or cling to things that are inherently impermanent. Letting go doesn't mean giving up or becoming indifferent. Rather, it's about approaching life with openness and adaptability. Imagine someone who has been working tirelessly to achieve a specific goal, such as earning a promotion. While their dedication is admirable, their attachment to this outcome might lead to stress and disappointment if things don't go as planned. By practicing the art of letting go, they can shift their focus from the result to the process. They might ask themselves, what can I learn from this experience? How can I grow regardless of the outcome? This mindset not only reduces anxiety but also fosters a sense of fulfillment and resilience. Letting go also applies to our relationships. Often, we hold on to expectations or try to control how others behave, leading to tension and frustration. Zen teaches us to love freely and unconditionally, without trying to mold others to fit our ideals. For instance, a parent who lets go of the need for their child to follow a specific path allows the child to explore their own interests and develop their unique potential. This act of letting go strengthens the bond between parent and child, creating a relationship built on trust and respect. Silence is another profound aspect of Zen practice, one that is often overlooked in our noisy world. Silence isn't merely the absence of sound. It's a space where we can connect with ourselves and gain clarity. In silence, we find the opportunity to listen, not just to the world around us, but to our own inner voice. This connection helps us understand our true desires, fears, and values, guiding us toward a more authentic way of living. Creating moments of silence in our daily lives can be transformative. It might be as simple as sitting quietly with a cup of tea in the morning, or taking a walk without distractions. These moments provide a sanctuary from the constant demands of modern life, allowing our minds to rest and rejuvenate. They also enhance our ability to focus and make thoughtful decisions. For example, an artist might find that a period of quiet reflection sparks a burst of creativity, while a leader might discover new insights during a silent retreat. Compassion and kindness are central to Zen philosophy, shaping not only how we treat others, but also how we relate to ourselves. Extending compassion begins with recognizing our shared humanity, the understanding that, despite our differences, we all experience joy, pain, and the desire to be happy. This recognition inspires us to act with empathy and care, whether it's offering a listening ear to a friend or helping a stranger in need. Compassion isn't limited to grand gestures. It can be woven into the fabric of our daily lives. A simple smile, a kind word, or a small act of generosity can create ripples of positivity that extend far beyond the initial act. Research even shows that practicing kindness benefits not only the recipient but also the giver, enhancing our own sense of well-being and connection. Imagine the impact of a community where compassion is the norm, a place where people support and uplift one another, creating an environment of trust and mutual respect. If these teachings resonate with you, I invite you to join our community at Buddhism in Modern Life. By subscribing to our channel, you'll find practical tools, guided meditations, and inspiring insights to support your journey. Together, we can explore how ancient wisdom illuminates the path to a modern life filled with balance, peace, and joy. As we move to the next section, we'll continue exploring how these principles apply to specific aspects of daily living. From cultivating gratitude to embracing acceptance, we'll uncover practical ways to integrate Zen teachings into our routines, transforming even the simplest moments into sources of fulfillment and meaning. The journey is ongoing, and every step brings us closer to a life of greater harmony and authenticity. Continuing our journey into the teachings of Zen Buddhism, we now explore how these principles can be seamlessly integrated into the rhythm of daily life. These aren't abstract ideas meant for lofty contemplation. They are living practices that transform ordinary moments into opportunities for joy, growth, and connection. By embracing gratitude, acceptance, and simplicity, we deepen our understanding of what it means to live a meaningful and authentic life. Gratitude, a cornerstone of Zen philosophy, invites us to shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. It is not about ignoring challenges or pretending that life is perfect, but about recognizing the gifts that surround us, even in difficult times. Imagine waking up in the morning and taking a moment to appreciate the warmth of your bed, the promise of a new day, or the simple pleasure of a cup of tea. These small acts of gratitude cultivate a mindset of abundance, reminding us that life's beauty often lies in its simplest moments. One way to cultivate gratitude is through intentional reflection. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to write down 3 things you're grateful for. These could be as grand as a major accomplishment or as humble as the laughter of a loved one. Over time, this practice rewires our perspective, helping us see the positive aspects of our lives even amidst challenges. For instance, someone recovering from an illness might feel gratitude not only for their improving health, but also for the support of friends and family during their journey. This focus on what is present and good fosters resilience and optimism, even in the face of adversity. Gratitude also strengthens our relationships. By expressing appreciation for others, we create bonds of trust and connection. Consider a colleague who has gone out of their way to help you with a project. A simple thank you or a handwritten note can leave a lasting impression, reinforcing the value of collaboration and mutual support. These small gestures ripple outward, inspiring kindness and generosity in return. Acceptance is another vital teaching that helps us navigate life's uncertainties with grace. In Zen, acceptance does not mean passive resignation, but rather an active acknowledgement of reality as it is. By accepting what we cannot change, we free ourselves from the suffering caused by resistance and open the door to peace and clarity. Imagine being caught in a sudden downpour without an umbrella. While frustration might be the initial reaction, acceptance allows us to shift our perspective. Instead of resisting the rain, we might notice the soothing sound of water hitting the ground or the way the air feels fresher. This shift doesn't change the situation, but it transforms our experience of it. Acceptance also plays a crucial role in our personal growth. Often, we resist parts of ourselves that we perceive as flawed or unworthy. Zen teaches us to embrace these aspects with compassion, recognizing that they are part of our humanity. For example, someone struggling with self-doubt might learn to accept their insecurities as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to overcome. This practice of self-acceptance fosters a sense of wholeness, allowing us to move through life with greater confidence and ease. In our relationships, acceptance creates space for authenticity and understanding. Instead of trying to change others to fit our expectations, we learn to appreciate them as they are. Consider a friend who has different opinions or habits than your own. Rather than focusing on these differences as sources of conflict, acceptance helps us see them as opportunities to expand our perspective. This openness strengthens the bond between individuals, creating a foundation of mutual respect and trust. Simplicity is another Zen teaching that offers profound insights into modern living. In a world that often equates success with accumulation of possessions, achievements, or experiences, Zen reminds us that less is often more. Simplicity invites us to let go of what no longer serves us, whether it's physical clutter, unhelpful habits, or unnecessary commitments, and to focus on what truly matters. Living simply doesn't mean giving up everything or living in austerity. It means prioritizing what brings genuine joy and meaning. Imagine decluttering your home, keeping only the items that are truly useful or bring you happiness. The result is not just a cleaner space, but also a clearer mind, free from the distractions of excess. Similarly, simplifying your schedule by saying no to activities that drain your energy creates room for what nourishes you. Whether that's spending time with loved ones, pursuing a passion, or simply resting, simplicity also extends to our approach to challenges. Often, we complicate problems by overthinking or trying to control every detail. Zen encourages us to step back and see the bigger picture, trusting in life's natural flow. For example, a gardener planting seeds doesn't force them to grow. They provide the right conditions, sunlight, water, and care, and trust the process. This mindset of simplicity reduces stress and allows us to engage with life's challenges with patience and wisdom. Another practical way to embody Zen principles is through mindful eating. In our fast-paced world, meals are often rushed or consumed while distracted. Mindful eating transforms this daily necessity into a practice of gratitude and connection. Before taking a bite, pause to appreciate the effort that went into bringing the food to your plate. The farmers who grew it, the workers who transported it, and the hands that prepared it. As you eat, focus on the flavors, textures, and sensations, savoring each moment. This practice not only enhances your enjoyment of food, but also deepens your awareness of life's interconnectedness. Simplicity and mindfulness together guide us toward finding joy in the ordinary. A walk in the park, the sound of birdsong, or the warmth of the sun on your skin. These moments, often overlooked, become sources of profound happiness when approached with presence and appreciation. They remind us that life's greatest treasures are not found in grand achievements, but in the beauty of the everyday. If these ideas resonate with you, I encourage you to join our community at Buddhism in Modern Life. By subscribing to our channel, you'll discover practical tools and inspiring insights to help you integrate these teachings into your own life. Together, we can explore how Zen principles create a path to balance, simplicity, and joy in the modern world. As we move forward, the next section will delve into the role of intuition, solitude, and non-attachment in guiding our decisions and fostering a sense of inner freedom. These teachings invite us to trust ourselves and flow with life, deepening our connection to both our inner and outer worlds. The journey continues, offering new ways to grow and thrive. As we continue our exploration of Zen teachings, we turn to the themes of intuition, solitude, and non-attachment. These principles invite us to trust ourselves more deeply, embrace time alone for reflection, and release the hold of external expectations. Together, they guide us toward a life of greater freedom, clarity, and alignment with our true nature. Intuition is often described as an inner knowing, a sense of clarity that arises not from logical reasoning but from a deeper, quieter part of ourselves. In the Zen tradition, intuition is nurtured through mindfulness and presence. By quieting the chatter of the mind, we create space to hear this inner voice, which often knows the answers to our questions before we do. Think of a moment when you faced a difficult decision. Perhaps you felt torn between competing options, each with its own pros and cons. But then, in a moment of stillness, a sense of certainty emerged, guiding you toward the choice that felt most aligned with who you are. This is the power of intuition. Trusting our intuition requires courage, especially in a world that often values logic and external validation above inner knowing. Imagine someone considering a career change. While their current job may offer stability and prestige, their intuition might whisper that their true calling lies elsewhere. Listening to this voice and acting on it may feel risky, but it can also lead to a life that feels more authentic and fulfilling. Zen teaches us to honor this inner guidance, even when it goes against conventional wisdom, trusting that our deeper self knows what is best for us. To cultivate intuition, practices like meditation and journaling can be invaluable. Meditation quiets the mind, allowing intuitive insights to surface without being drowned out by distractions or doubts. Journaling provides a space to reflect on these insights and explore how they align with our values and desires. For instance, someone might use journaling to write about a recurring dream or feeling, uncovering patterns and messages that point toward their next steps. These practices not only strengthen our connection to intuition, but also help us act on it with confidence. Solitude is another essential aspect of Zen practice, offering a sanctuary from the noise and demands of daily life. In solitude, we find the space to reconnect with ourselves, gaining clarity about our priorities and values. This isn't about isolating ourselves from others, but about carving out moments for introspection and renewal. Imagine spending an afternoon alone in nature, away from phones and responsibilities. As you walk among the trees or sit by a river, you may notice your thoughts settling, your breath deepening, and a sense of peace emerging. These moments of solitude remind us of who we are beneath the roles and expectations we carry. Creating time for solitude doesn't require grand gestures. It can be as simple as taking a few minutes each morning to sit in silence, journal, or meditate. These small acts of self-care create a foundation of inner stability, allowing us to engage with the world from a place of calm and authenticity. For example, a parent juggling the demands of work and family might wake up early to enjoy a quiet cup of tea before the day begins. This ritual not only nourishes their well-being, but also enhances their ability to show up fully for their loved ones. In solitude, we also discover the richness of our inner world. Freed from distractions, we can explore our thoughts, emotions, and creativity with curiosity and openness. Consider an artist who retreats to their studio to paint without interruption. In this space, they can connect deeply with their inspiration, creating works that reflect their truest self. Similarly, solitude offers each of us the opportunity to tap into our own sources of creativity and wisdom, whether through writing, music, or simply being present with our thoughts. Non-attachment, a central teaching in Zen, complements these practices by encouraging us to let go of the need to control or cling to outcomes. At its core, non-attachment is about embracing the flow of life rather than resisting it. This doesn't mean giving up on our goals or relationships, but approaching them with a sense of openness and flexibility. Imagine a gardener planting seeds. While they may hope for a bountiful harvest, they understand that factors beyond their control, weather, soil conditions, and time, will influence the outcome. Instead of obsessing over the results, they focus on tending to the garden with care and patience, finding joy in the process itself. In our own lives, non-attachment helps us navigate challenges with greater ease. Consider someone preparing for a presentation at work. While they may hope to impress their audience, non-attachment reminds them to focus on doing their best rather than fixating on the reaction of others. This shift in perspective reduces anxiety and allows them to approach the task with confidence and clarity. Similarly, in relationships, non-attachment encourages us to love freely without trying to possess or control others, creating bonds built on trust and mutual respect. One practical way to practice non-attachment is through mindfulness. By staying present and observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment, we learn to let go of the stories and expectations that create unnecessary suffering. For example, if you find yourself dwelling on a past argument, mindfulness invites you to acknowledge the feelings that arise without becoming entangled in them. This practice helps you release the grip of resentment or regret, freeing you to move forward with a lighter heart. Another way to cultivate non-attachment is by reflecting on impermanence. When we recognize that all things are transient, from our possessions to our achievements, we can appreciate them without clinging to them. Imagine holding a favorite piece of jewelry. While you may cherish its beauty and sentimental value, non-attachment reminds you that its true worth lies not in its permanence, but in the joy it brings in the moment. This perspective helps us navigate life with gratitude and grace, embracing change as a natural part of existence. Together, intuition, solitude, and non-attachment form a powerful trio that supports a life of balance and authenticity. They teach us to trust ourselves, find strength in stillness, and flow with life's changes rather than resisting them. These principles invite us to live with greater freedom, unburdened by the need to control or conform, and to embrace the journey as it unfolds. If these ideas resonate with you, I encourage you to join our community at Buddhism in Modern Life. By subscribing to our channel, you'll find practical tools and inspiring insights to help you integrate these teachings into your daily life. Together, we can explore how ancient wisdom illuminates the path to a modern life of clarity and purpose. In the final section, we will explore how these practices come together to create a life rooted in mindfulness, compassion, and joy. By weaving these principles into our daily routines, we can cultivate a deeper sense of connection and fulfillment, both within ourselves and in our relationships. The journey continues, offering new ways to grow and thrive. As we come to the final chapter of this exploration, it's time to weave together the teachings of mindfulness, compassion, simplicity, and connection to create a life rooted in authenticity and joy. These principles are not isolated ideas but interconnected practices that support and enhance one another. When embraced fully, they lead to a life of harmony, a life where inner peace and meaningful relationships flourish side by side. Mindfulness serves as the foundation of this harmonious existence. It grounds us in the present moment, allowing us to engage with life as it unfolds. When we are mindful, even the simplest tasks become opportunities for connection and gratitude. Imagine washing the dishes after a meal. Instead of rushing through the chore, mindfulness invites us to feel the warmth of the water, notice the sparkle of the clean dishes, and appreciate the nourishment the meal provided. These small moments, when approached with presence, add up to a life rich in meaning and contentment. Compassion extends this sense of presence to our relationships with others. By practicing empathy and kindness, we deepen our connections and create a ripple effect of positivity. Consider a moment when someone showed you compassion, perhaps a friend who listened without judgment during a difficult time. That act of kindness likely left a lasting impression, reminding you of the power of human connection. Now imagine being that source of compassion for someone else. By offering patience, understanding, and support, you not only uplift others, but also nurture your own sense of purpose and belonging. Compassion also requires us to move beyond our comfort zones, extending care to those who may be different from us or who challenge us. This can be as simple as offering a kind word to a stranger or as profound as working to address systemic injustices. Zen teaches that true compassion arises from the recognition that we are all interconnected, that the well-being of one contributes to the well-being of all. By living with this awareness, we become agents of positive change in our communities and the world. Simplicity, another pillar of Zen philosophy, helps us focus on what truly matters. In a culture that often equates success with accumulation, simplicity offers a refreshing alternative. It encourages us to let go of what is unnecessary, whether physical clutter, unhelpful habits, or unrealistic expectations, and to make space for what brings genuine joy and fulfillment. Imagine decluttering your living space, keeping only the items that are meaningful or useful. The result is not just a tidier home, but also a clearer mind, free to focus on the present moment and the people who matter most. Simplicity also applies to our approach to time. Instead of filling every moment with activity, Zen invites us to embrace stillness and rest. This doesn't mean abandoning our responsibilities, but finding balance between doing and being. For example, after a busy day at work, instead of diving into more tasks, you might take a quiet walk or spend a few minutes meditating. These moments of pause allow you to recharge, ensuring that your energy and attention are fully available for what comes next. Connection is the final thread that ties these practices together. Connection begins within, with a deep understanding and acceptance of ourselves. By cultivating self-compassion and letting go of self-judgment, we create a solid foundation from which to engage with others. Imagine starting your day with a moment of self-affirmation, reminding yourself that you are enough just as you are. This practice not only boosts your confidence, but also sets the tone for positive interactions throughout the day. Connection also extends outward, encompassing our relationships with others and the world around us. In our interactions, mindfulness helps us listen deeply and respond thoughtfully, while compassion encourages us to act with care and understanding. Consider a family meal where everyone sets aside their devices to be fully present with one another. This simple act of connection fosters a sense of belonging and strengthens the bonds that hold us together. On a broader scale, connection includes our relationship with the natural world. Zen teaches that we are not separate from nature, but an integral part of it. By spending time outdoors, observing the rhythms of the seasons, and appreciating the beauty of the earth, we deepen our sense of connection and responsibility. Imagine planting a garden and watching it grow. Each seed becomes a reminder of the interconnectedness of all life and our role in nurturing it. As these practices come together, they create a life that is not only fulfilling but also resilient. Mindfulness helps us navigate challenges with clarity. Compassion fosters support and understanding. Simplicity keeps us grounded, and connection provides strength and inspiration. Together, they form a holistic approach to living that honors both our individuality and our interdependence. If these reflections resonate with you, I invite you to join our community at Buddhism in Modern Life. By subscribing to our channel, you'll gain access to practical tools, guided meditations, and inspiring stories that support your journey toward a balanced and meaningful life. Together, we can explore how these timeless teachings illuminate the path to modern living. As we conclude this journey, let us carry forward the lessons we have learned. Let us approach each day with mindfulness and gratitude, treat ourselves and others with compassion, and embrace simplicity as a way to focus on what truly matters. Above all, let us remember that the journey itself is the destination, that each moment offers an opportunity to grow, connect, and thrive. The possibilities are endless, and the path is yours to shape.